Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name's Gray, this is Video Holocaust. Now when it comes to horror, one name hangs over people's heads like the sword of Damocles, and that's writer H.P. Lovecraft. But despite being the father of modern horror, very few films have captured the great man's work successfully. But in 1985, film producer Brian Yuzna and first-time director Stuart Gordon would attempt to do just that with Re-Animator. Based on one of Lovecraft's lesser-known works, the novella Herbert West Re-Animator, this 1985 live-action adaptation was released not only at a time when horror movies were starting to oversaturate the market, with Evil Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street, further sequels in the Friday the 13th franchise, and a third in the trilogy of Living Dead films Dawn of the Dead, plus many others, all being released within a few short years of each other. Not to mention the home video market exploding, which put many of these films under the microscope of overzealous parent groups and even governments. Lots of movies in the horror genre in the UK would come to be branded video nasties, which not just forced severe cuts to pass the increasingly stricter classification criteria, but many would just be banned outright altogether, not just in the UK either, but in many countries around the world. In fact, a whole subplot about the villainous Dr. Carl Hill, played with scenery eating aplomb by British actor David Gale, being psychic, was left on the cutting room floor, along with the most literal definition of giving head I've seen in quite a while. Luckily, the DVD revolution coincided with many review boards like over here in the UK, reclassifying and allowing uncut versions of many older horror titles, long overdue releases. The story centres around young Dr. Herbert West, who has developed a regenerative agent that can reanimate the recently deceased. Unfortunately, they all turn into violent, slobbering zombies. Undeterred by this small setback, however, Herbert recruits a young hospital orderly, Dan Kane, to help him in his quest to perfect his serum and conquer death itself. That is, however, until the arrogant Dr. Hill discovers Herbert's secret and wants the formula for himself. But he gets a shock when his blackmail attempt backfires and Herbert kills him to protect his life's work. A life's work devoted to bringing the dead back to life. So he can't resist seeing what would happen if he tries it out on such a fresh specimen. The result is both shocking and brilliant in equal measure. And this sets the stage for the final showdown between Dr. West and his unholy creation, who now plans to raise an army of undead to do his bidding. But with him seemingly defeated, you'd think everything would be tickety-boo. But with Kane's love interest, who was caught up in all of this, also snuffing it, maybe we won't get a happy ending. Unless, of course, there was some way to bring her back. Now, I don't mind telling you folks that Re-Animator here is one of my all-time favourite 80s horror movies. The gore and scares are balanced out nicely by a superb cast and first-time director Stuart Gordon, whose career sadly is a case of what might have been, handling the pressure and expectation with skill and ability. 2 further sequels would follow over the next 20 or so years, with more promised, but in my opinion the original is still by far the very best. So if you like claret in your horror movies, I definitely recommend Re-Animator. So my name's Gray, this has been Video Holocaust, and remember, the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.